Okay, deep breaths. I just finished Severed Heart by Kate Stewart, and I need to talk about it. I cried a lot. This might be the most emotionally devastating and yet healing book I've read all year. So welcome to my reading vlog of all of this. The book that took my heart, shredded it, and put it back together, which I knew that it would given this. And I have talked about the Kate Stewart books before, and I knew where this was going given what happens in here and in One Last Rainy Day. So Severed Heart, we knew it was Tyler and Delphine's story. I knew, and yet it still ripped my heart out and put it back together in still open-ended ways. If you've read the Ravenhood trilogy, you know it's not just about the romance or the suspense. It is about social level connection, sacrifice, and pain, spice, and so much more. And Severed Heart takes all of that and goes even deeper. It's heavy, it's personal, and if you haven't read it yet, consider this your spoiler warning. I just cracked it open and the tone is different from the beginning, right? I got the chapter 1 preview and I read it. I did not read the other previews leading up to the June release. I just bought the Audible. The audio is on Audible only. And I waited. I did not open it right when it was released because I had to get stuff done. So it was my reward after I got the stuff done that I needed to do for my summit and all of that. And July is when it started. And honestly, I was so nervous because even reading chapter 1, I cried, right? And I cracked it open again and I cried, even though I knew exactly what was in it. I had already read it, but getting myself into it, you know that you are going to be wrecked. And I did not see any spoiler videos, but I know people that have already read arcs and all of that, and people were wrecked, right? We know what's coming based on this, but we are still going to be wrecked. The way Kate writes emotion is just next level, and I'm so glad she is finally getting the recognition. Severed Heart became a bestseller on the New York Times list, which is a first time for her, which is so surprising to me, so well deserved. Congratulations, Kate. But I know it is going to be carrying its weight in this book. It is thick, it is big, it is long, and I want to highlight everything, but I'm going to reel myself in and not highlight everything, but we're going to read along together. So come along the journey, friends. I thought I'd start on vacation because I was waiting for this, anticipating this, but friends, just take it from me. It is very heavy, so do not read it on vacation if you don't want to feel down or if you don't want to cry terribly on a plane. Just learn from me because that is what I did. And you cannot multitask because it will consume your soul. At least it did for me. It just made me want to sit and reflect and soak it in. And even if I were taking breaks, I love audiobooks because I could take it everywhere with me. But even if I wanted to take breaks, oh my gosh, my heart was heavy. My brain was heavy. Here's some of the things that really have stuck with me, and I know as I think about this, because it's just going to keep on repeat in my head for a long time to come. I mean, these still live rent-free in my head, but it is so much more than just their romance. I'm reading this in 4th of July weekend too. I'm finishing it in 4th of July weekend, so it just feels like it hits so much deeper, but there's so many things wrong with our country. Can we all agree? No country is perfect. No human is perfect. But the fact that their mission is to make this world a better place for all the people, right? The vulnerable people. And that's just such a huge thing. And as you see in their relationship, it's so strong because sometimes all it takes is one person. She says this quote, sometimes all it takes is one person to bring awareness to another in pain, to make them feel like they belong here on this earth and have their place. Like, how important is that? How important is that for ourselves, for our kids, for the next generation? You know, there are so many people in pain. So to be able to be that for just one person, guys, it's something to think about. And I'm just getting choked up thinking about it. It just takes one person, and to not give up on them when the world gives up on them, right? So it's just choking me up. Like, Think about that. How we think about we're such a small one person show, but we can make all that difference in one person. So anyway, that's one thing. But there's so many aspects of parenthood and how we all make mistakes, so many mistakes. But it's the way that we bounce back from them, the way that we are able to see past them for people and give grace to people, but not be a doormat and expect change, to call people out, to do things in love, and to be able to hear people, to be able to understand people, to tell our story too. All of us have a story that is so, so important to tell. The whole thing with his dad. Oh my gosh, and that mom knew and stuck with them. And then when Zach comes along, you guys, there is so freaking much that is so, so, so heavy and weighing on my heart. But there are also some fun moments where you see their interactions, you see the love, you see all the funny English stuff, the phrases, because yeah, English is hard. Some of those phrases are really, really weird. But also just keep in mind that if your audio switches while your kids are around, the stuff is spicy, y'all. So be careful. No joke today, I was at church today, guys, and they were talking first of all about 4th of July. And so I thought about the people that are fighting for our country, right? And all the ways in which our country is screwed up in so many ways. And I couldn't help but think of Kate Stewart's world and Tyler and Delphine and just the war that they fight, right? And so I thought about that. And then I thought about how I was in church and I believe in a God, and that Delphine had a faith despite all that she had been through and the life that she had been dealt over and over and over. And it just made me tear. Like, they were starting to come down and I was trying to hold it in because I'm like, why am I so affected by people that are fictional? It is because Kate Stewart is a wizard, but it's just, oh my gosh, to think about all the different ways in which she was dealt these things, he was dealt these things. And then I had just finished the part where Tyler and his dad have it out, and then his mom had heard the whole thing. Like, there's just a whole different layer that comes on as a parent, and all that happens to affect our children, and the ways that soldiers are affected and families are affected, and so many things just going through my brain. Like, congratulations, Kate Stewart, for making the New York Times bestseller with Severed Heart, because it is pure beauty. It is pure magic. It is moving on so many levels, and I'm going to finish it today. I'm going to make it. I just might need some recovery time after, but today is the day I'm going to finish. As you get later, you see more of the Ravenhood story play out in pieces, but I'm glad that she didn't put a lot of rehashing. It was just a little bit of Tyler's perspective. Who was it? Who was it? Tyler delivered, but who was it? I saw it. He saw. Stop. That whole time. I hate miscommunication tropes where they just do not communicate, but stop. Why do I not hate it when she does it the way that she does it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm just like brainwashed into loving everything that Kate does. But there are so many tropes, so many lines of things that I normally would not like or that would turn me off, like domestic abuse or miscommunication or all these things. And yet, here I am for all of it. I don't know if I could even put into words why this book hit so hard. I am trying, obviously. But each person has such a deep story. I mean, Tyler has his story and the pains that made him grow up too early, right? But even his parents, they have deep stories of flawed people that made mistakes, but there were also reasons for his dad being so flawed, right? There was a system that wronged him. There were experiences that altered him forever. And we know that people that soldiers, people that serve our country have these things, right? People have trauma. Like Delphine had severe trauma that prevented her from being there for other people like she wanted to be. There were things in this life that are not fair. Things happen to us. And it goes back to this, why do good things happen or bad things happen to good people argument, right? For faith and all of that. And as a faith-filled person, it was hard to read that and to reconcile all those things. And that's why I was crying at church, because it's just like, okay, I believe in this place. I believe in the beauty of the God that I believe in. But there are so many hard things to deal with in this world. And it's hard to hold that hope and to tell people to have hope and all that. So, yeah, did it hit me deeply? And as I'm just talking about the things that I'm remembering and the things that I'm taking away from this book, it is still doing this. And I have to work, guys. So, yeah, that is where we're at. And I highly, highly recommend this book, even though it might make you look like this. If you are a fellow Raven, let me know in the comments. And if you are going to be a new Raven, let me know, because I have so many more thoughts. And if you love videos like this, hit that subscribe button so we can be in the book trauma world together. Love you guys.